I started hyperventilating, like I was sobbing, like literally I was freaking out and having such a bad panic attack that as I'm putting on the makeup, I'm having to like take like a cotton wipe and like cry into the cotton, like literally, like I'm just like what up, cuz? I'm in LA. I was super excited when I was contacted by none other than Carol's daughter, like Carol's daughter, not her sister, not her aunt, her daughter. Her daughter, okay? Contacted by Carol's daughter to come out here and be a part of the Curl Squad for BeautyCon LA. It was my very first BeautyCon, so I was super excited and it went perfectly, but it's always a but with me. Y'all know whenever I leave Blue Alabama, we talking cancel flights, road trips, and anxiety attacks. It all happened in the 24 hours leading up to BeautyCon. This story already busted enough, and although I'm tired, let me get myself together before I tell this story. Go ahead and talk about how a little old country girl from Alabama ended up at BeautyCon. If you don't know what BeautyCon is, then
colors. I was feeling really inspired by this like orange moment happening, so I'm gonna mix these two shades. This one is,
it's a big deal, okay? Everybody just coming together, just full of love and support and beauty and fashion and yes. BeautyCon LA has been a dream of mine for a number of years now. When I got the email for the invitation for BeautyCon LA, I was really kind of like in a, not necessarily like, I really don't get into like woe is me moods or anything like that. I try not to let myself get that far into like pity parties, but I can say I was holding like a little pity set, you know, like a little pity kickback, you know, like not quite a party. I really was kind of like in a place where I just was, I feel like that every influencer gets in every now and then when you just kind of feel like maybe you're not doing enough, or maybe you know, people just don't really vibe with what you have going on. Because if you guys remember or know, Essence Festival was literally like the weekend before, so I really wanted to go to Essence Festival, and I got a couple of offers for Essence Festival. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and act like nobody invited me to come out to Essence Festival, but it was one of those things where, trying to say this nicely because I don't want to make it seem like I was unappreciative of the offers, but it really was one of those things where I had to know my value and not just jump on an opportunity because it was an opportunity. And sometimes I feel like as influencers we can accept certain things just to say that we're a part of something, and really people are getting more work out of us than we're getting opportunity. So when I literally remember where I was, what I was doing, and where I was sitting like when the email came in. BeautyCon LA was obviously today and yesterday, which was July 14th and 15th. I got the email from Carol's daughter on Monday, so that literally this past Monday is when they emailed me. And so with something being like so far, like close, I just had not even thought that it was a possibility. I feel like if anybody's gonna be going, they have already been contacted by now, so you know, that ship has sailed. I was floating on air. I didn't even like really, I brushed past the whole part that said if you're already going to be in LA, if you're going to be at BeautyCon, we would love to have you. All I saw was, oh my god, Carol's daughter, like Carol's daughter wants me, little old me, at BeautyCon, which is my dream. So immediately my brain just starts working, because usually, and I'll put you guys on a little tea, like usually depending on what kind of job it is and how big of an influencer you are and all that stuff, like if it's just a short job, usually they don't like cover your travel and things like that, or like your hotel stay, because they're really only wanting like a day job. So I immediately just started going into like plan mode and trying to get together this trip to LA so that I could be a part of this. So I started contacting my tribe. By the end of the day, Tuesday, I not only had my flight booked, but I had my plans to stay, where I was going to stay, and what I was going to do. However, your girl is always about saving some coin. Like I said, I was getting myself out here because I kind of wanted to keep like the whole booking fee to myself, and my tribe is so awesome that like that was a possibility. I decided to fly into Oakland and meet my aunt, and then us both just travel to LA together for the event. Now, if you guys don't know this, I actually did live in California very briefly about 8 years ago, and I lived in the San Francisco area. But for some reason, I did not remember, think, was crazy, my mind was going a million miles an hour, that Oakland is 5.5 hours away from LA. Don't know, like I had a complete brain fart, I smoked too much, I don't know what it is, but I was like that's fine with me, you know, like I'm saving some money, let's do that. Also, as a part of the support of my tribe, I was flying into California. I'll just say California because I bounced all over California on Friday, okay? So like I said, this was a very last minute trip, and if you guys know anything about booking flights last minute, baby, they will break the bank, okay? So I decided to fly standby. Did I mention it was Friday the 13th? This is very important because although I am not a superstitious person, like I'm not superstitious at all, I really don't, like I walk under ladders, I step on cracks. After this experience, I think I will be, because I will never, if I can handle it, fly on Friday the 13th again. With the original plan, like it was totally doable, you know. I'm getting there at 10, we could still get lunch, we could still kind of like rest and lollygag around. I can kind of get my, you know, my land legs in California. And then from the very first flight, things got crazy. You know, when the light dings to say like ding, like we're getting ready to go, all of a sudden the pilot comes back on and he's like, there's a problem with the airplane. And I kid you not, that's exactly what he said. I don't care how many times you've flown, I don't care how chill you are, I don't care. Minute your pilot come on the thing and say there's a problem with the airplane, you have a problem.
I'm like, wait a minute, if there's something wrong with this plane, let's switch planes. Like, go ahead and take me on off this one.
So at this point, my anxiety is like starting to go through the roof. The technician is expected to take so long to get there that the pilot actually lets people off of the plane. I personally just took that time to really just kind of like meditate and talk to God and just prepare myself for the weekend ahead. So I fly from Birmingham to Houston, Texas, and get off the plane for my next connection. As soon as I touch down in Houston, I'm literally like fuming, because although he did get us up quicker than normal, we were still running late, and I had about 10 minutes to get to the next gate for my connection. And especially because I was flying standby, I wanted to make sure, you know, like I got seats and like that it wasn't full. Get to the gate and they literally are loading onto the plane. I'm watching them load onto the plane as I'm walking up. So I get to the desk, I'm like, hey, I'm flying standby, is there room for me on the plane? And they're like, no. The good news is we have another plane leaving in 10 minutes with the destination of Oakland that there's plenty of room on, only there's 2 additional connections. Now I've gone from Birmingham to Houston, and Houston is telling me that I'm gonna have to take 2 more connections before I get to Oakland, which by far and large is going to way pushed past my time to landing in Oakland. And at this point, I'm kind of realizing that I probably shouldn't have decided to go into Oakland, even though it would have saved me some money. I probably just should have bit the bullet and booked a hotel in LA, because if you don't know anything about California, San Diego is probably about, I don't know, you guys, my California cousins can, you know, correct me, but San Diego is only like an hour to an hour and a half away from LA. So I got in Oakland at about 3 o'clock. I just am not the type of person who likes to like last minute do things, like cut time short. So although it was like, okay, we'll probably get there in time, you know, my anxiety was going through the roof. I really don't know what happened, but we stopped for Starbucks. We only made one stop. Like we stopped for, I don't know if we weren't driving fast enough or what, but we stopped for literally once. We stopped literally once, and I look at the clock and it's 7:10, and I look at the GPS and it's saying that we still have another hour and a half to go. And here's where it all starts. I start freaking out. I'm like, what do you mean? It's, oh my God, it's 7:10. Like, where did this time go? I did fall asleep a little bit on the car ride, and then I drove a little bit of the car ride, literally cutting it close, because I don't know if I mentioned that I had to be at the convention center at 10 a.m. We just planned on like coming into LA and just walking into a hotel and being like, hey, we need to book our room for the next 2 nights, and you know, we want to check in now, blah blah blah. Like, we didn't think it would be a problem, because stuff like that really isn't a problem in Alabama, but again, stuff like that is a problem in LA because it's a way bigger city. It's a convention going on, like, you know, it's just they don't have availability like that. So I can't remember the exact time, but we ended up getting into LA like right before 9 o'clock. So I literally had like an hour to put my clothes on, do my makeup, and do my hair. And generally, even if I'm moving fast for a full face, it takes me at least 45 minutes to do my makeup alone. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I have been talking to you guys for like a couple of days on a new product combo that I had tried, and it really did make my hair look good. It's still in my hair right now, but it made my hair shrink up like crazy. So my hair just really didn't look good. I knew that I had like this whole plan for a certain hairstyle that I wanted to do, and I just didn't have time. So I decided to do something that I knew was a bad idea when I decided to do it, because initially my aunt had already suggested that. She was like, well, why don't you do your makeup in the car? And I just knew that wasn't an option for me, because I can't do my makeup in the car. Like, I don't know, kudos to you girls who can, but my makeup is not, I'm not that good. Not to mention, California roads are not smooth. So it's like, there's no way that I could really do my makeup in this car for BeautyCon. Like, it's not like this is just like a just small trip somewhere like BeautyCon. But I did my makeup for BeautyCon in the car, because it's like, okay, have trash makeup or be late for the event. Like, that's not what's gonna happen. That was the trashiest makeup I've ever like worn. Like, the irony, like the sheer irony of the fact that I'm going to BeautyCon, and yes, I'm not going to BeautyCon as like a makeup influencer. I'm obviously going as a hair influencer, but still, at that point, like, y'all, it was so trash, and y'all are really gonna think that I am silly, but if you have anxiety, then you understand what I'm about to say. Like, I looked in the mirror at how trash that makeup was, and I literally started to have a panic attack. Like, I couldn't breathe, and I'm trying to apply makeup. Like, I'm having a panic attack, and I don't even really have time to talk myself out of it. And my little sweet aunt is just like next to me, just like encouraging me, like, oh, you got this, baby B, you're so beautiful, it's gonna be awesome, you know, this is, you know, God ordained this, you're meant to be there, you know, we're gonna see your name in stars. And she's just like being everything that I need right now, and I'm just like, no, it isn't, it's gonna be horrible, my makeup is trash. Like, I'm just losing my mind. Like, I'm steady putting on makeup and like crying it away. So, and with no hotel letting us check into a room, I literally have to sneak into the lobby of the Intercontinental and change into my clothes there. So here I am in the Intercontinental lobby bathroom, changing into that, you know, that outfit that all y'all think is so cute. I'm in there in my outfit with my Eco Styler gel, like just trying to define curls and touch up makeup, putting on lotion. Like, I know somebody walked in and was like, this girl is a bum. At this point, I'm like, you know what? You done had a panic attack. You done put your makeup on. I'm in the pep talk like Issa Rae, like pep talking myself. I'm like creating raps and stuff. I'm like,
you in LA, you about to slay, you did all you could, so now let's play.
Pep talking myself like, girl, this is what you made of. By 9:30, I had my outfit on. I had my makeup done, or whatever you want to call it, as close to done as possible. My hair was popping. I'm not gonna lie to you. My hair was popping. I walked out of that Intercontinental hotel lobby bathroom looking as close to a queen as I could look under the circumstances. I was the first person out of everybody to arrive, and I had an amazing time. Now, a couple of them did give me that little look like, girl, what is going on with that makeup? Because it was trash, y'all. Like, but I did what I had to do to get what I had to get. So that's it. If you've ever been to BeautyCon LA, let me know what your experiences was down below. And if you've ever had to do your makeup in the car, please let me know your tips in the comment section.